lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Ignore my makeup. Welcome back to the channel. I am doing a little get ready with me for this look right now, and yeah, I know I've been gone for a while, but I am going to tell you everything that has happened since the last time I saw you in excruciating detail. Excruciating detail. But right now I am heading off somewhere. I've forgotten where, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, enjoy. Bye. I so badly hope this is working. So the audio for this might not be super great because the microphone that goes on this camera doesn't seem to be working from what I can gather. I can't even tell if the camera's own microphone is working though right now, so, and like I don't have my laptop near me to take the thing out of the, I can't even check right now, so I'm just gonna record and really hope that there is audio whenever I'm done with this, otherwise I am going to cry. Okay, so before too much rambling, I'm actually just gonna start the makeup, otherwise we will do the thing where I just sit here and talk for 1,000 years without beginning anything, and it's not good, so hold on. Okay, I don't think I'm doing anything overly elaborate with my makeup today. I think I am maybe going out tonight, just like a little pub type thing, nothing, not what I was going for. Oh well. Yeah, nothing particularly wild or anything, so I'm not feeling like I need to get amazingly dressed up, but I can do something. So I don't even really know where to begin. Obviously it has been a little while again, I'm sorry. It's a mixture of things. I got COVID, which unfortunately threw me right out of any vague sort of like flow I had going with videos. And then from there, it's just been a number of factors. Like it has been so cold up here that it's been really hard to record. It's been like times I've come up to record, then people in the other studios are making a lot of noise and I haven't been able to, so then that's thrown me off. So it's just like a mixture of things. And also I have just been out living life, which has been very nice, but I do need to learn to prioritize work a little more. Like I say, it's not being 100% on me, it has been outside factors occasionally as well, but I definitely do have an issue with priorities just because I hate being here so much, and I have made new friends, I've reconnected with old friends, I basically have more like sort of things going on than I have in like the past 12 years basically, and it's one of those things where like because I don't like being here, I'll be like, right, okay, I really need to get some work done. But then if one of my friends messages and is like, hey, do you want to go out? I'm like, yes, I do. So I need to stop doing that. Not stop, but, you know, occasionally learn to say no and do this instead. So I am sorry. So since I last saw y'all, what all has gone on? A lot. A lot's gone on since I last saw y'all. We'll get like the bad things out of the way first because I honestly have more pleasant things to talk about. So in bad news, I still am no closer to getting a house. If anything, it feels like the rental market is getting worse. The sheer number of people trying to rent right now is just ridiculous, and like I've tried so many things. I've offered double deposits, a guarantor, I've offered to pay more rent than the asking price, all sorts of things on so many houses, and it's just there are still so many applicants that the landlords can be really picky and choosy, and they've been picking other people, so I am no closer on that. That is very frustrating. Things are about to get a little more tough here because my studio payments have been stopped and I'm losing access to the other room that I've been able to use very shortly, which is a shame because it is the only room in this building that I can get vaguely warm, so I've been relying on that a lot. So not looking forward to not being able to use that, and it's also the only room in this building with well, learn I have access to in this have right now, not going too much, you get what I mean, that has an actual proper internet connection, so also not amazing, but what can you do? Yeah, I had COVID, that really sucked, especially like being stuck here with no anything, and you know, like I couldn't even have like food delivered here because you can't have it really delivered to like the individual rooms because there's no way of telling anyone where you are in this building. So I'd, you know, even if I had like food delivered, I would have had to like gone out and meet someone to get it. So I wasn't able to do that. So I was kind of just trapped here with very little, and that sucked. The first night was awful, like so painful. Like, you know, in werewolf movies when they like start to transform into the werewolf and their bones are all like mutating and stretching under their skin. It felt like that. I was like, why does it feel like my bones are snapping? So that was absolutely terrible, but survived. Had a cough for quite a while after, but not too bad. In an extremely stressful turn of events, Sebastian at one point went missing. Got a phone call from my mum very early in the morning that he had gotten out, and that was fucking terrifying. Thankfully, he was found. He is safe. He was wet, but otherwise okay. Everyone else involved was not okay. Everyone else involved was going to have a heart attack, but yes, the boy is now safe, but that was horrible. And I wasn't even in Belfast at the time. I was up in Lisburn, so I was like having to jump in my car, but it was right at that time in the morning when like traffic's nuts because everyone's trying to get into Belfast for work, so I was just stuck in traffic imagining all the terrible things that could have happened to Sebastian, and ooh. But he is a-okay, so I miss my boy very, very much. I am so angry that we still don't have somewhere to live. And it's just so frustrating because like nothing seems to be able to fix this issue. And like a few people have asked if I've thought about buying. I am absolutely in no position to buy it right now. With the way like the whole money situation and everything, well, like it just, for like so long I wouldn't be able to show. It's not possible. Unless I had like literally the money to like sit down on the counter and buy a house outright, it wouldn't be possible. So yeah, there's just no fixing this situation. It's just a game of luck at the minute and hoping that eventually somewhere that I go for chooses me over the 1,000 other people that are applying. I don't really know what I'm doing with my makeup or in life. But yeah, I think that's like the most of the bad stuff. The bad stuff that I'm able to talk about on here anyway. And the vast majority of it, yeah, it just comes down to my living situation is still bollocks. So no big change there, but I've had a lot of fun times, so we're going to talk about those instead. So since I last saw you, I think I tried to go in order of things that have happened, like anything of note. I got the back of my neck tattooed. It was a spider on a web. I have already seen, like, that was only a few weeks ago, I've already seen someone steal the design, like completely rip it off. And I wasn't even tagged, it just so happened to come up on my Instagram, like, discover page, and I was like, of course. But yeah, I got a spider tattooed in the back of my neck, and I love it, and I'm very sad that I can't see it because of where it is. That's very frustrating, but it's really, really cute. My friend Grant did that one, and then I think like a few days later I went to my friend Carrie and got a tattoo, and it wasn't planned, but I realized it's another spider, so I got 2 spider tattoos in a row. Because why not? Who's going to tell me that I can't have more than 1 spider tattoo? No one, I hope, because that is not the only 2 spider tattoos I've had recently. That one's coming up, I think. Okay, yeah, so got the back of my neck tattooed, spider hand tattooed, and I think the night I got this, I went for a fun little night out with a friend at Cuckoo, which was this night if you follow my Instagram. And yeah, no, it was a fun night. Entirely too many drinks, but they played Cradle of Filth and I was very happy and it was fun. So that's right, went to the little opening party for my friend Carrie's, the tattoo shop that she's working in now. Yeah, there was like a little opening party for that, so went to that, had a very nice night. There's this picture of it and I love that picture, but now I look back on it and I'm like, yep, just 3 idiots unaware that they're catching COVID. So that was the night I caught COVID. I think like almost everyone who was there who hadn't already had COVID sometime recently got COVID that night. So that was the culprit of that. That was the cursed party that did that. But it was a really lovely night. And then I went back to my friend Carrie's house and stayed over there. And we, I think, just had our own little drunken karaoke. And it was all very fun. After that, I had this little night out with my friend Lisa at Cuckoo again. It was a very like different. I always forget that bar. Hold on, let me figure out my makeup. Yeah, I always forget that bar kind of has like different music nights. So like that one that I had went to, you know, like they played like Cradle of Filth and Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that. And I was like, oh cool. The night that me and Lisa went, it was like entirely different. There was like 50 Cent and just, I don't know how to describe the music, but it was all sort of like nostalgic stuff, so it was really fun anyway. And again, entirely too many drinks. Then I got some teeth tattooed on my arm because you know I like teeth, very on brand for me. They actually matched the same teeth that were on my old YouTube background, if you guys remember that one, because I made that background. And I didn't actually mean to, but I used the same teeth as a reference for the tattoo, and so yeah, now I have those tattooed on me, so I don't know if I can... Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but that was my shoulder. But yeah, they're like there. I think after that it was Pancake Tuesday, I remember now. Yeah, on Pancake Tuesday. Does America have that? I think they do. Yeah, on that day I had a fun day out with my friends Lee and Amber. We went and got pancakes. Well, I don't know if they got pancakes. I think they got waffles. On Pancake Tuesday. Blasphemy. I got pancakes, which I only really ever eat on Pancake Tuesday. It's just, I don't know, tradition. But yeah, did that and then did my, up to that point, the longest drive that I had ever been on, which isn't very far because just ever since I started driving I really haven't had to go anywhere very far. So we went for a little drive to Loch Ness, which was really nice. It's like a loch, I don't know what I can say about it, but it was really pretty. We got there quite late, so like the visitor centre and everything was closed, but we just kind of like walked around and looked at the nature and stuff, and it was very nice, but very, very cold, so we didn't stay super long. Then I went back and stayed at their house, had a nice evening, and then the next day me and Amber went into town. It was that day that Sebastian went missing, actually, I remember, because so I stayed at their house, and then the next day, like, we had plans, but then I got, like, the call from my mum in the morning that Sebastian was missing, so I had to, like, rush out, and everyone else was still asleep, and I didn't want to wake them up, so I just had to zoom off and leave them a message. But I think I actually got back before anyone woke up anyway. So yeah, after all of that, and that was also in the midst of Sebastian being missing, that's when I also found out that my studio payments were being stopped and that I was losing access to that other room, and I was like so it was just a lot of stress all at once. But got back, did not let it ruin my day. Once Sebastian was safe and sound, me and Amber went off into Belfast and we had afternoon tea at the Merchant, which I haven't done since like sometime last year, and that was absolutely delightful. And yeah, we just had like a very nice day out. This makeup's really not going well. It doesn't matter, it's gonna be dark, who cares? So after that day out, then I had another fun day out with my friends Lisa and Fifi. We went and got bubble tea and mochi and stuff, and then we had like a big old walk up to a place in Newton Ards called Scrabble Tower. That's just like a tower on a hill, but it was like a very nice walk. And we had like a lovely way day. It was actually so fun. I'm literally just catching up with like everything that's happened over the past couple of weeks in the most condensed way I can. And then, I don't know if it was the next day? It was sometime in the same week then. Also with Lisa and Fifi and then Kieran, we all went to the zoo, and that was really, really fun. We had a little picnic. Lisa made like fruit sandwiches, and we brought like little cocktails and stuff. Had a good day at the zoo. We got there a little bit late, so we didn't see loads, and it was very, very cold, but we did that and it was very fun, and it like very much reminded me of being like a teenager again in like the best possible way. And then after the zoo, we went to like a rooftop cocktail bar called Babel, I think, in Belfast. We had a drink there, and then we went downstairs to like a different cocktail bar that's like had very different vibes. It's sort of like, I don't know, like a speakeasy kind of thing, called Rattlebag, and that was really fun. And after that we went to Libertine, which is like a newish gay bar in Belfast that I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I know Hodor from Game of Thrones apparently owns Libertine, and it's a really cool little place, so we went there. And yeah, so like very eventful day / night out, and that was really, really fun. And thankfully I was not too dead the next morning, because then it was time to head off for another adventure. From Pancake Tuesday up until this has all been in the space of 1 week. It was a very eventful week, and I had a great time. So yes, yeah, on the Sunday, me and Carrie headed off for a little thing that we'd had booked for freaking ages that felt like it was never gonna come. And we went to the Galgorm for a night. It was like meant to be like sort of like a late birthday thing for her. Like I said, we booked it ages back for just like a little while after her birthday. And oh yeah, we went out for her birthday as well, but I don't think I got any pictures that night of anything. Yeah, we went to the Galgorm, which just was so nice. It's like one of my favorite places, and we had such a good time, and it was like really fun to be there with someone who's like as enthusiastic about like just being in the water 24/7 as I am, and like not like, you know, having to worry about anyone complaining and wanting to go back to the hotel room. We were both very on the same page of like, we are just staying in the water all day, and we did. We were in every freaking hot tub and swimming pool and anything else we could find the whole day up until dinner time, and it was freaking delightful. And we got like a bunch of fun pictures and videos and stuff there, and it was just really nice. I've forgotten how to do makeup. This is not good. I feel like the past few times I've done something, like, it really just has not, it's not been it, you know? But yeah, so we did that, and then the next day we were going to head home, but since we're already like quite far up north, I think that was like that became my longest drive to the Galgorm, and I drove even further because we're all right up north and we're like, why don't we go up the Antrim coast? So we went up to Carrick-a-Reid rope bridge, which unfortunately was closed, so that sucked, but it was still like a really nice walk up until the rope bridge. Like beautiful, beautiful scenery up there, like so gorgeous. So we had a really lovely walk and a really lovely drive, and then like a lovely drive back to Belfast because we drove down along the Causeway coastal route or whatever, just very pretty. And yeah, we just had like the best time, and it was so nice. I loved that. And then I feel like I maybe didn't, so we got back on the Monday. I feel like I maybe didn't do anything Tuesday and Wednesday, but then on the Thursday, that was time for like my real biggest drive ever. Still not like super huge to anyone who's been driving for like years, or like especially people in America, you know, where you have much like bigger distances to go anyway. But it was time to drive down for my friend Melanie's wedding, and it was in Wicklow. I am in Belfast, and I had to drive from Belfast to Portadown to pick up Lucy, and then from Portadown straight down to Wicklow. I think in total I was driving for maybe like 4 hours or so. It wasn't bad. I was like worried about it at first, but I actually quite enjoyed it. Could probably do it again without too much worry. I didn't even bother like stopping anywhere on the way. I was just like, let's go! So yeah, we got down on the Thursday night. The wedding was in a beautiful venue called Ballybeg House. And yeah, like all the grounds and all of that were stunning, and then like a lot of the guests, including me and Lucy, had like these cool little like pods in the woods to stay in, which was really cool. It was like spooky when we first got there because it was like nighttime and it was dark, and the only other person who was there at that point was Callum, who had flown over from London. Even Melanie and Thomas had left because they were staying like in an off-site place that night. So the only other person anywhere on the grounds was Callum, and me and Lucy got there like not really sure where to go in the dark, and like in the trees above our pod there were like a bunch of crows that kept getting annoyed at us for like waking them up, I guess, and they were just like screaming at us, and it was so spooky, but it was so funny. So we saw Callum for a little bit that night, and then me and Lucy hadn't eaten, so we tried to find like the nearest town. It was like very middle of nowhere in the Irish countryside. So we just had to find the nearest little town and hope that they had like a takeaway that was open late. Thankfully they did. We were able to get some wraps. Went back, went to sleep, and then woke up on Friday. I think a few more people started to arrive on Friday, but most not until the evening. So I think on Friday, got my days correct. Yeah, no, it must have been. Yeah, on Friday, me, Callum, and Lucy went again into like the nearest little town, and we had breakfast in a little cafe and had a good long chat, which was really nice. Went back to the wedding venue, Ballybeg House, and then at some point me and Callum took a little drive to somewhere nearby to have like a nice walk in the woods. I think we were walking for like 2 or 3 hours just chatting away, and it was so nice. I so rarely get to see like any London people, and even any like really like YouTube-y people anymore, just like since the pandemic. There's not really very many people in Belfast doing stuff, and it was just really nice to like have a good long chat with someone about like all that sort of side of my life and everything. So that was really nice. I had a lovely walk, lovely chat, and then when we got back in the evening, me and Callum went straight to the hot tub, which was also very lovely, and more very good chats. So yeah, all very nice. And then Saturday was the day of the wedding, and it was just, oh, it was absolutely lovely. Melanie looked so beautiful. Everyone did, and like the little bit that the actual ceremony in was so cute, with like little candles and stuff in the walls. I don't think I have any pictures from in there because like all our phones were turned off for the ceremony. But it was so pretty, and I spent pretty much the entire time not able to look at what was going on because I was just like trying not to cry through it. Like putting tissue in my eyes, like no! But oh no, it was absolutely lovely. It was so sweet, and I'm just so happy that they finally got to do that, because their wedding was meant to be like March 2020, I think. Basically, lockdown started like a few days before their wedding was meant to be, if I'm remembering the timeline right, and it had to be cancelled. They still did get married, but like just like a little small thing in, you know, it wasn't like a whole wedding or whatever. So they finally got to have the wedding they were supposed to have, and I'm just so happy for them, and it was so nice. So that was lovely. And then dinner was super nice as well. And then the next day on the Sunday, there was actually more. There was like a whole little party with like more food and like traditional Irish music and stuff. And it was so nice. Like, it was really lovely that it wasn't just like a one-day little thing, like, you know, just like the wedding and then everyone goes home. It was so cool that like we were there for like 4 days just getting to hang out, and I don't know, it was just so nice and I loved that. So yeah, after all of that then on Monday, I think we left at like 11ish on the Monday to drive back to Belfast. Again, that was just me and Lucy, and we stopped in Applegreen and got some food like shortly after leaving Wicklow, and then just drove all the way back. I dropped her off in Portadown, came back to Belfast, and I thought that I was going to be like so sick of driving. I thought I'd be really happy to like get in here and sit down and relax, and I got here and I was like, I am immediately bored. So then I went down and drove up to Bangor. I had coffee with my friend Grant, and that was lovely. I hadn't seen him in a little while. And then the next day I was back in Bangor to get this tattoo. My scissors. They're still healing, but they are looking quite good. And yep, there is another spider on there. But yeah, I love these. They're so cool. It feels like that was a lot longer ago than it was. That was maybe just over a week ago or so. So since then, and even just in between all the things I've talked about, they've just been like little things, like just like, you know, going staying over at like various friends' houses for a night here and there, little days out in town that haven't been like a whole big event or anything, which has all been really nice. That last Sunday and Monday there, I went out with Grant and we took some pictures, which was really fun because we used to do that all the time. We just hadn't in a while, so we got some fun pictures and stuff, and that was nice. Made some silly TikToks. I was up at my friend Lee and Amber's house for like a couple of nights there because it was the other night. And I remember I was like talking to people on Messenger and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some sleep now, night. It was like maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning, lay down, someone in the room next to me started drumming. And it wasn't stopping, and the drumming just kept going, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like, loud noises are annoying enough, but repetitive noises are what really drive me insane in no time. And it was clear this person wasn't stopping anytime soon, and I just lost the plot, and I was like, I'm leaving. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm leaving. Like, I would have slept in my car rather than try to sleep next to that, so got out, drove away. I think I drove up just, like, to Bangor, because usually if I just want to go for a drive, that's where I drive, because I know the roads really well, so I'll just drive around there for a while. So I drove up to Bangor. It was a very spooky drive. It was very foggy. The moon was huge, like, absolutely massive, and, like, bright yellow, which is really cool. And on the way there, like, I was driving along, like, it was, like, really late at this point. I think like it was coming up to like 2:30 in the morning. Some sort of animal that I can't figure out what it was just sort of like appeared on the side of the road. I didn't see where it came from. It was just there all of a sudden, and it like ran and then jumped up and like over a wall and disappeared. But it was like really big. It was like bigger than a fox or anything, but it was like completely black and really like furry. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And the only thing I can think of is like massive cat, but like it seemed too big to be a cat. Even like Maine Coon and stuff, like it just seemed too large, and you don't really see them just like running free. So I don't know what the hell that was, but it just appeared so out of nowhere that I was actually like, ah! Like while I was driving along, like it really spooked me. Just, I don't know. So yeah, very strange drive. Got up to Bangor, just kind of parked for a while, and I was just sitting listening to music. And I was talking to Lee and Amber, and they're like, do you want to come here? And I was like, yes I do. So they're in like complete opposite directions, so I think I got to theirs by maybe like 3 a.m. and yeah, so I stayed there for a couple of days. Yesterday I went out into town with Lisa and Fifi again and had a really nice day, and we met some other people as well. Like we just like bumped into people that I hadn't seen in a long time and everything, and then I came back here and again I was like, okay, time to rest, and I was like, I'm bored. So then I drove up to Bangor and me and Grant got coffee, and that takes us to today. And so yeah, that is a bit of what's been going on in my life. Was that terribly boring, or how are we feeling? I swear to God, if I watch this back and there's no audio on this entire video, I am going to jump out the window. Hello, I took a quick break because it was too cold, so I put on the heater for a little while and got a jumper. I think I'm nearly done anyway. So yeah, I have no idea if my plans are still on for tonight, but I need to do this either way, so 2 birds with 1 stone, and if it doesn't happen, then I don't know, actually. If my plans tonight fall through, I might just see if I can make other plans. I don't really know what I'm planning on wearing. There's a dress that I want to wear, but the problem is like the dress on its own is entirely see-through, so I need something that I can wear under it to make it wearable, and that's what's tripping me up. People keep asking me questions about vertical librettes, by the way. I don't have one. This is just a horseshoe, so I can't answer any of those questions, I'm afraid. But I do get that it looks like one, but yeah, no, it's just my usual lip piercing, but it's just different jewelry. As for upcoming videos, one thing I really want to do more is vlog. Unfortunately, my usual vlogging camera seems to have broken, so that's not ideal, but I will figure that out. I do have like another one that might work, so we'll see, but it just sucks that my favorite one broke. But yeah, I definitely want to vlog more. especially now that I'm like out doing so many things. I wanted to vlog some of those days that I mentioned in this video, but I like tried to bring my camera and that's how I found out that it was broken. So didn't get to do that, but it is on my list. I just need to get used to doing it again. I also very badly want to travel this year, which right now is difficult because of the whole like need a house thing first. Although that's frustrating because like, you know, I had the whole thing, I was like, right, I'm not going to do any traveling until I get a house sorted, you know, which is sensible, but it's been taking so long and I have no idea when I'm gonna get one. And like I really want to go over to Barcelona and visit my dad because I haven't seen him since Christmas, and before that I didn't see him for literally years because of COVID. So I'm like, I don't know, do I go for a short visit to see him, you know, because he's gonna fly me out there and stuff. I'm like, do I just go and see him even for a few days even though I don't have a house sorted yet, because like who knows how much longer I'm gonna be waiting here. I don't know, but I would like to vlog that, especially now that there's like I can go to wherever I want. You know, I don't have anyone else with me, so I can just do whatever I want to do. And there are a few things in Barcelona I still haven't done that I've been dying to do, so it'd be fun to maybe vlog that. I don't know, we will see. The makeup looks a lot nicer in person than it does on camera. Right, I'm going to sort out my hair and try to figure out an outfit. And I'm done! Okay, I do, as it turns out, need to head off, but I've got my dress that is see-through, and I don't know if the thing I'm wearing underneath is, I don't know, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I might have to change quickly, but right now we've got spider webs, we've got spider, we've got spiders, we've got spiders. It's a very, I think the shoes I'm wearing have spider webs on them. It's a spidery kind of night. I hope you enjoyed this very messy get ready with me / life update video. I'll have better, more structured videos coming soon, but I figured just 2 birds with 1 stone today. Agree to go out with friends but also get some work done. That was the general vibe. So yeah, that was everything. As I say, stuff is about to get a little more complicated with stuff, so I would really appreciate if you would check out my Patreon. The link for that, as always, is down in the description, along with everything else relevant. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, lovelies!